Hello, my friends, and welcome to part 46 of Horizon Forbidden West with a Therapist. It has been such a fun ride, and I'm so glad that you have made it all the way to this part. That is a long haul. You should be commended for that. Thanks for giving a shit about what I have to say. It means a lot. Please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. If this does happen to be the last episode of the game Sans DLC, let me know what you thought of the playthrough. All that fun stuff. But it's been a pleasure playing this, and I'm excited to see what today's going to have for us. So strap in. Here we go.
If the Banuk can survive freezing, so can I.
That's right. All right. To make sure I get my skill level up here, I think that's very important that I do that. Got to get that double notch. Gotta have it. Every character bio. Alrighty. Going all the way down. Oh, baby. This is a hell of a way to enter.
There. Rendezvous point. I should take care of everything I can before calling in the others to attack the Zenith base.
DrMick! But you didn't do this thing! Ah! You proceed past this point, you will be locked into singularity and the open world be unavailable for the duration of the quest. No way back. I love how they give you like 30 million warnings on this. So, it's awesome.
Okay, everyone. I'm at the rendezvous point. It's time to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Understood, Aloy. We're on our way.
Thundercats. Ho!
Aloy,
Where are the others?
not far behind.
You walk so fast, Silence. You're so
Egghead
cool.
here couldn't stand traveling with the pack.
Tilda just flies in.
Are we all here? Then let's begin.
My Sunwing's here chilling too. Whoa!
A tunnel.
Secret!
An ancient escape route from the ruins on the island. When I realized it ran all the way across the water, I thought it might prove useful to come and go undetected. So I concealed it from the others. Shall we?
I wish there was a less pungent way to get way inside the base.
Me too. Now, this is a small thing, but if I'm Aloy, you could send a little bit of a message here about how, like, we're still not fully trusting of you. If Aloy said to Tilda, you go first. It's incredibly vulnerable. I mean, it's a massive sign of trust for us to walk through that door first with Tilda following up on the back end. Because what's to say that, like, she couldn't just open that door and it's like to a prison and we walk in and then she just shuts it behind us. And now literally the 7 most important people on the planet right now are locked in a rock. Like, you go first, Tilda. Just saying. Like, it's a small thing, but it's also not a small thing. Like, how crazy would it be? Like, she'd be like, wow, my plan came together. All I had to do was put a little piece of cheese inside the cage and the freaking mouse got itself stuck in there. Like, so you gotta engage with the reality of that if you're them. Be like, hey, lead the way, Tilda. And if she's like, no, I gotta shut. If she says, no, I gotta shut the door from the outside, I'd be like, I don't know about that. Right? Or leave somebody with her. You gotta do something there. It's these moments. I think the reason that I'm really like talking about this beyond being nitpicky is because these are the types of moments where people mess up. We're on the precipice of the most important mission of the game. Like, this is a big ass deal right now. And people sometimes can get so swept away with the monumentalness of the situation that they stop thinking about how to keep themselves safe in that moment. It'd be so easy for everybody here to be so enamored with the fact that there's this secret tunnel going through the mountain, and everybody starts singing because they all watched Last Airbender, and they forget that Tilda going in last could be the most dangerous thing, could be their undoing. It's dumb shit like that that often gets people in trouble. You plan for a lot of stuff, not for that.
Agreed.
Oh, look at that. Silence let Aaron carry it.
There's the launch tower. That plane offers a little cover, so the only viable path is through there. There will be Spectres guarding it, and many more can be deployed from those hangars.
All right. Alva, Catalo, get to it.
Where are they going?
Somewhere important.
Oh, Aloy. No, dude. Oh, man, you guys know at this point, I'm so annoyed with the way that Aloy's handling this. Like, this is not good leadership. Now, all of a sudden, you have Tilda side-eyeing you. Of course, Tilda didn't like that. Of course not. Even if you have to, like, lie to her, leaving it cryptic is not the way. You say, I have them working on the tech, or because Aaron has the valuable payload and Alva's not a great fighter, I want to make sure that they're safe, so I gave them an alternative mission to go try to see what kind of things we could do to shut the network down. Do you have any insight for us? Whatever. But saying something important and leaving it at that, again, it's not good. We all have to work together here. It's sowing seeds of distrust. It's a real shot at her.
Aaron, you're with me. You guys, take the high ground in case we need covering fire.
Tactically sound, I suppose. What will she do?
There's a sensor node nearby. If I hack into it, I should be able to scramble the network and keep you undetected. But not for long.
Then we should proceed.
Indeed.
One more thing. Open up the channel to Beta. Audio only. Aloy, we're here, and we're coming for you. You know what to do, right?
As long as you hold hold up your end.
We will. See you soon.
Be careful.
Let's go.
Go!
Get to the launch tower as quickly as possible. I'll do my best to conceal our intrusion.
Beware, Aloy. Spectres ahead.
Already?
Company. Follow my lead.
That's what I do.
It's weak to acid.
Look at these little guys. These little guys chilling. Okay. Pow! You cold?
Here we go. Here we go. Ah!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Take this. Take him down.
Aaron, I don't know that you should be fighting if you got that important ass shit on your back.
Oh, look at that thing fizzing away.
These things do not like
Want
acid.
me to handle this, Aloy? I think we got it.
I think you're right.
I think there's a cave up there that might get us through that ridge.
Let's climb up to it.
Dead Stormbird up there. This area kind of looks like a certain place in God of War Ragnarok. Whoa!
What's in this backpack, metal bricks?
Aloy, Alva and I are closing in on the regulator.
Keep me posted.
It's creepy in here.
Don't worry. I'll protect you.
I wish I had a glider. I guess I'll find another way.
There's always another way, boss.
There's a lot of dead machines on this island.
We killed a great many when we landed here. Their salvage may prove useful to you now.
Another Spectre.
Sneak or fight? You choose.
Aloy's under attack! Cover her!
This'll help.
Firing!
I'm waiting for you.
They undoubtedly know we're coming now. Oh, why is this one hard to fight?
Hit it again. You want me to? Oh, it looks like Zoe's giving us some supporting fire.
Nice, thanks, Zoe. Hell yeah. Dude, I ain't getting shit right now. What are we doing?
Don't get that stuff on you.
That was a decent shot, I guess.
Better than any Oseram.
All right.
Tired yet?
Yep. Yeah. Clear those weeds.
We're through.
I must take you down! We can take this one, Aloy! Keep moving!
All right, you
Live
got
long,
it.
kill
Don't have
your
to tell me twice.
Keep them coming.
That Stormbird carcass should get us over the gap.
I hate Stormbird. But I get that. Got that one. Remember the good old
yeah. Good times.
More specters. I'll attack them. Weak spot.
I do still find it so funny that these are like ridiculously advanced technology and I can just take them down with a bow and arrow.
For you! Go down, you miserable pile of junk! Come here! You got his weak spots.
Another one. Ooh. Bring it over here, Aaron.
Take it like a man! Or a woman! Sorry, Aloy.
Adhesive's got it bogged down.
Aww. Thought that rock would cover me. Okay. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh, God.
Yeah! Get the fumes in your eyes.
Man, this part must suck if you're not a pro gamer like me.
Now,
I think that's all of them.
ready to go on?
Let's push on. We're gonna have to climb around this corner.
Well, I'll try not to complain.
I think we got through without being seen.
Did we?
I can see the way forward. Keep moving.
Going as fast as we can. You all right?
Sort of.
Maybe the Farzines are too far up their own asses
Looks like the others have things under
to
control.
notice. I could see that.
It saw me.
Oh, shit.
How many specters do the Zeniths have?
More than we want to fight at once, that's for sure.
Now we're talking. And again. Got it.
Come on, up the slab.
Aloy, Alva and I are in position.
Do it. Blow the regulator.
Do it.
Alpha and Catalo did their job. Now it's Beta's turn.
Nice.
Aloy, I think we're in trouble.
Oh my god.
Whatever you plan to do to stop those specters, you better do it now.
Oh my god.
I'm not doing anything. Beta will. She just needs a little time.
Time that we don't have.
Come on, Beta, come on, come
You're not helping, Silence. Beauty.
What is that?
Yeah, buddy. Let's go. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah.
Our army.
Yeah. Let's go, Hephaestus. Dude. Yes.
I think you got their attention.
Yes.
Very clever. You had Beta inject Hephaestus into the base's printer matrix.
Which is faster and more powerful than any cauldron.
Hell
Now we
yeah.
can crank out machines to its heart's content.
Yeah. We'll worry about how Hephaestus feels about us later.
Come on. Let's get to the launch tower before this whole place becomes
Well,
a
no,
war
Gaia,
zone.
it's integrated with Gaia, so we're okay, I think. But for now, wee!
Your maneuver, as clever as it is, means that Hephaestus has escaped containment. It will no doubt flee back to the Cauldron network.
We grabbed it once, we'll get it again.
Or find a way to replicate its functionality, perhaps. With the Apollo database.
I mean, yeah, literally using Beta's skill set there. We just used it against the
Aloy.
Farzine.
In case we don't make it, I just have one regret.
What is it?
That we had to do all this climbing. Hey, you okay?
Yeah. I'll find a way back up.
Oh, I'm not supposed to go down? God damn it. Ah! Whoops.
That, big rock might give us a bridge to get up and through.
Gotcha.
Dude.
I guess not all the Spectres are fighting our machines.
Ah, that'd have made it easy.
And now it's an angry flaming machine.
No, that was clutch.
Zoe and Baldy are fighting another Spectre.
I think they can handle it.
I love that Aaron pronounced it Spectra instead of Spectre. Spectra. He's the classy one of the group. Yeah. Oh, come on, I hit that.
Come on!
Gotta follow up all that acid
Come
fire.
on, let's cross over.
Oh, baby.
This way.
Big jump.
I've seen bigger.
To the right, I think.
And now to the left.
But first, to the right. To view the beauty. Oh, man, this is so well designed. So gorgeous.
You can get to the launch tower through the hangar up ahead. I'm heading over to join you now. The hangar's in bad shape, but I can see the way in. Hurry,
Another
Aloy!
one?
Come on.
Fight!
You guys are lame.
Quick way to take it down. Boy, did you pick the wrong fight. This thing needs melting.
Good work, everyone. Let's go.
Over here, Aloy.
What up, Silence? Izzo.
Whoa. Look at all this Zenith space stuff.
I want to know what those orbs are. Tell me what they're for, Tilda.
Yeah, this place is gonna come down around our ears.
All the more reason for speed.
There's a guy who doesn't have to carry much.
Oh man, this is so cool.
They'll come for us. No doubt.
Yeah, well, when that happens, this thing on my back better work.
Let's just hope you haven't damaged it with all your justling.
What? Wait, really? Are you saying it might crap out?
Aloy, it's been intense, but Katalo got me to a network node. I'm trying to get in.
Keep at it. We're almost to the tower.
Dude, look at that. The fact that this game runs as smoothly as it does with all this shit happening on the screen, fantastic stuff. Let me grab these ancient valuables really quick, guys. Never know if there's a Richard Mill in one of those. Wrecking these things. Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
Ah, now we know who's been causing all the fuss. Tilda's little pet.
Look how lame these people are, dude. These guys probably think they're so cool, like floating down in their suits and shit. They look like the most lame group of people I've ever seen in my life. It's so lame. Oh, man.
Silence. Zenith inbound. Can we drop their shields, please?
I'm powering it up. Stay still.
This is pointless. You can't hurt us. Face it, you're worms that ooze to the cracks into our basement.
Silence.
One moment more.
But I might just spare you if you give up Tilda. I think it's safe to say she's forfeited her share of our operation. Permanently.
There.
No? Nothing? Fine. All right, people. Light 'em up! Are we supposed to be scared?
Uh-oh! Bye-bye. They can still fly, though? Oh, dude, look at that. Oh,
can't let Gerard escape. It won't take long before he preps the shuttle for launch.
Tilda doesn't have her shield either.
Then he'll be able to take Beta and Gaia into orbit and onto the Odyssey beyond our reach.
We gotta go through there?
I fail to see another option.
Then we'll carve a path. Ready?
Attaboy, Silence. Good job, buddy. This is so much better than if we had played this part. Oh, this is so
Get to
cool.
the top and secure Gaia. I'll stop Gerard.
Yeah. Let's go. I got my
Gotta
homies.
get to the top of the tower and free Beta.
Aloy, die, machine, filth! Apologies for that. We're okay. As long as Alva hurries.
I'm almost into the network!
Just do the best you can. Okay, an elevator. Promising.
Yo, what's up, bud? Oh.
We got some unfinished business, little girl.
Dude, you're so cool. Kick him in the nuts. Oh. Kick him in the nuts.
I don't need a shield to take you out.
Trust me, you're gonna wish you had one.
Oh, he puts a helmet on. Oh, hi. What's up, dude?
Scream, will ya?
Whoa! I can't let him catch me.
Aloy, are you there? I'm on my way to help. Just need to find my way in there.
He's
Yeah,
almost
just
down.
sit still, dude. It's great. Just stay right there. Stay right there. Check. Cool. Thank you.
I almost forgot what it was like to hurt.
Ooh, baby.
Now we're having fun, right?
You okay?
I will be. In time. Go. Rescue your sister. I'll regroup with the others and make sure they're all right.
Well, I'm glad Zoe got a little bit of that redemption for herself. Dude, I want to like explore all this. There's like so much cool shit here.
I better take the lift. Looks like the machine's inspectors have almost wiped each other out. What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access to the top. You'll have to climb from there.
Of course I
I have
will.
to go.
Oh god.
I
Oh god.
almost have.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Can't climb that. Oh god. Oh, no. No, 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 no! The elevator's harder than the stupid-ass muscle guy was. Gerard's like, what the hell is she doing with this elevator?
Errand? Is everyone all right down there?
Oh God, no!
Mostly. We're cleaning up the last few Spectres.
No!
What about the Zeniths?
Dead, I think. Zoe told me you got Eric. Good work.
Yeah. Thanks. I guess only Tilda and Gerard are left then.
Aloy, you there? Listen, I got into the network, but only for a minute before I was shut out. I found a bunch of flight plans and trajectories, as if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, but there's more. The files I found have a lot of references to something called Nemesis. Whatever it is, the Zeniths are afraid of it.
Alva? Alva! What's going on here? Maybe Beta can help me figure it out. If she's okay.
Dude, wouldn't it be nuts if, like, there was a whole other life form that they discovered when they went over to Sirius, and it's, like, even more terrifying than anything we could ever conceptualize, ever? Just want to admire the view real quick. They found the Cabal. On Mars.
I'm almost there.
Oh God. Oh Jesus, what did I do? Oh God. Oh God. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Ryan? Okay, so I'm not supposed to go over there. Yeah, they found the Mass Effect. Yeah, they found the mass relays. Yep. Yep. This is a prequel to the First Contact War. So make sure you go over to my Mass Effect playthrough after this for a continuation of what's going to happen. Discover the Turians. And because we're humans, we're so hostile.
I'm coming, Beta.
Alright.
This is it. End of the line.
Oh. Oh, God. Gross. Don't touch that. Maybe don't touch that. Oh.
Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files. Anything referring to the word Nemesis.
Maybe, like, give her a second, Aloy. Like, a second. Like, just ground her for a second. I realize that this is high stakes. This is super intense. people are not useful to you if they're not available. Like, you gotta give Beta a set. You walk up to her here, and it's 5 seconds. Okay, it's 5 to 15 seconds. You say, Beta, it's me. It's Aloy. I'm here. Listen to my voice. I just unshackled you. We're here on Earth. Are you with me? Give her a chance to respond. Are you hurt? Are you aware? Okay. And then she's like, yeah, I'm here. That was crazy. Like, all right, cool. I need you to focus. I need you to look at me or like feel my hand or whatever. I need you to focus. I know this is hard. We're not done yet. Like, that doesn't take that long to do. But immediately coming in your guns blazing, here's what I need. The risk that Aloy runs doing that is short-circuiting her. Like, she's already overwhelmed. We have no idea what those shackles were doing. We don't know what's going on here. And like, you gotta establish your baseline here. You don't want to just like ramp it up immediately. So again, Aloy's not an expert. I don't expect her to be perfect, but seriously, like if you're ever in a scenario where you're around a person who is like overstimulated or panicked or was hurt or whatever, give yourself a few seconds to establish like some grounding with that person and make sure that they're actually present with you and available before you start going in with all the requests you might have for them.
Okay. Over there. The systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here. There's something
The Traveler.
in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth. Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical. Aloy, I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius. This thing did. Earth isn't a new home for them. It's a way station. They're on the run.
Oh, what's up, Gerard?
I see you've been busy.
Oh, God. All right, give me a second. Just give me a second. I wasn't ready for that. It's like that video. I'm sure so many of you have probably seen it at this point where it's like this security cam footage of this, like, I don't know, like a fishing store or something. And all of a sudden this guy falls through the ceiling and he's laying on the rubble and he's like, "What's up, Ron?" And he was like, "Hey, Dave." Or like, "What's up, Gerard?" Like, he just, oh man, we like just learned that essentially the Reapers are real, and then all of a sudden Gerard just makes that entrance. Oh my God, I wasn't ready for that. It was so good. Oh man. Oh, good. So there's things that we can't even fathom and conceptualize that are out to get us. That's fun. Can't wait to deal with that problem. What's up, Ron? Hey, Billy. That's immediately what came to mind. Oh, man.
And you've been lying. Nemesis, what is it?
Well,
it is us. The minds of Far Zenith. Or failed copies of them, anyway.
Oh.
Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality. They wanted digital transcendence. A way to upload their minds into any form organic or mechanical. Nemesis was a failed experiment to that effect. Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
And it destroyed your colony?
We didn't realize it had gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes. It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning
So this is just Twitter.
it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Finally, you understand. And when that failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. Which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star, somewhere it can never find us.
With Gaia. So you can build yourself a new world.
That's the plan. Even now. Earth is finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home. But Elizabeth's dream won't die. You'll come with me to the stars.
Will I?
And with Gaia, we'll create a new world. Together.
Ooh,
where that monstrosity could never find us.
Well, yeah, take a look at Aloy's face. Just take a look at Aloy's face there. First of all, Tilda, you haven't exactly made yourself pleasant company. Like, if you knew that this was going to be the ask, you might have done a little bit more work on being a pleasant person to be around and galvanizing the troops, because like that's a big ask. Now, I will say that if this is true, what a tough little situation you're in. Do you want to survive? Do you want to get decimated? Like, what do you want to... boy. I admire that Tilda basically needed Beta and Aloy to draw their own conclusions on this instead of her telling them, because I don't think they would have believed her, and I think it's understandable that they wouldn't have believed her. So when you get to this moment and Aloy and Beta put it together, it gives you a lot more grip on this. The thing that Tilda is failing on, obviously, is that she's making this sound like her agenda is the most palatable thing that could happen. And she's like, yeah, man, you're gonna just come with me. Like, you're Elizabeth. We're gonna realize your dream. This is awesome. We're gonna go to stars together and hang out and talk about art and get away from the evil Magaball following us around. And you don't get to make that demand, Tilda. You got to live 1,000 years. You've done your thing. Maybe not.
What? No.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years. Now she stands before me again. Not some inferior copy, but her.
Oh, oh my God. Okay. Okay. Woo! We're gonna break it down. This is gonna be hard. This is I love the challenge. All right, love the challenge. Love the challenge. All right. So, the hardest thing sometimes for us to do is to find a way to empathize with a person who in this circumstance would be Tilda. And I'm going to get that out of the way real quick so that we can talk about kind of all the dynamics that are going on here, because this is wild. Tilda has lived 1,000 years with a level of personalized grief that is enough to make her say something like that to Aloy's face and to Beta's face. So when we talk about grief, again, watch my Q&A on grief if you haven't, because I really recommend you do that. I say in that video, and I say it here, there is no right or wrong way to grieve. However, there are ways that people can grieve that lead to destructive behaviors that are maybe less healthy or adaptive than others. Personalization within grief is something that can lead to not so great outcomes, particularly if it runs rampant. And what better concoction of circumstance to make this run rampant than to be alive for 1,000 years, very likely without a therapist, surrounded by a bunch of egomaniacal people that really only care about investment and whatever the hell else. So Tilda, very obviously, she's mentioned this in several circumstances. Tilda blames herself for the death of Elizabeth. She's like, I let her stay on Earth. I left her behind. And I have regretted it every single day of my life since, because perhaps she was one of the only people that Tilda ever experienced as finding her desirable. Like, Tilda was probably so wrapped up in all of her capitalism bullshit. I mean, it makes it very hard to connect with people when you're a ruthless entrepreneur like that. So she finds Elizabeth, and Elizabeth ticks that box, hits that way deep down sensitive spot where she feels desirable and cared for. And we didn't see the relationship, so I'm not trying to presume how that relationship went. But when Elizabeth stayed behind for the betterment of humanity and Tilda left for her own selfish gain, that created this really massive split of probably idealization of Elizabeth and de-idealization of self. Plus, you pair that with blaming yourself for the demise of the person you loved, and Tilda's going to be going all sorts of different places over the course of 1,000 years. So, of course, when you see Elizabeth's face again, that would be a real trip, because that's going to steep her in all of that stuff in a way that is really unfathomable to any of us psychologically, because it's not something that we've ever actually seen represented in real life. So then when she sees that Aloy is very strong and capable and considers all of humanity and makes the right choice, not the easy choice, and all this stuff, it gets her right back in touch with all the things that she idealizes about Elizabeth. And instead of relinquishing control to Elizabeth as she did back on Earth when she left her behind, which led to the demise of Elizabeth, she overcompensates here. Like, what you're seeing from her right now is an overcompensation. It's her saying, I'm going to take control this time because I know what's better for you and for me, which is for me to take you with me. And unfortunately, thousands of years has divorced her from the idea that the person standing in front of her may be a clone of Elizabeth, but is not Elizabeth. And so, even if she was Elizabeth, she couldn't make that demand. And I think actually there is a slight acknowledgement of the fact that Aloy's not Elizabeth because of the fact that she's making this demand. Because I don't know that she would make it with Elizabeth. I hope that makes sense. Like, there is an acknowledgement of the difference by virtue of the fact that Tilda's approaching this differently. And so then when she says to Beta that Beta's an inferior copy, I think it's because she's dealing with the same projections that Aloy was dealing with, which is she's seeing the parts of herself that perhaps she perceived as weak or unattractive to Elizabeth. So, like, Beta is just very, like, timid and whatnot, and, like, not confident and all this stuff. It's none of the stuff she idealized about Elizabeth. So it's sort of like bad Elizabeth. So I'm going to use you to get to the Elizabeth to get to the one that I more closely idealize. But the whole trick of this is that Aloy and Beta combined are probably closer to the wholeness of Elizabeth Sobek than either one of them individually. And so we're seeing in a lot of ways Tilda's rejection of certain parts of Elizabeth that probably would have come out had they stayed together longer. So it sucks. Tilda has felt nothing but alone for thousands of years. This is why, dude, I'm telling you, this is why immortality would be a prison for 99% of the population. Like, in a lot of ways, she could have had the sweet release of death on all of this stuff. Because that's a long time to simmer on things without any kind of, like, organization to put around it and, like, helpful frames through which to process this. So that's where Tilda's coming from right now. It doesn't excuse the way that she's interacting with Aloy and Beta. But if you need some help understanding why she'd be coming from this space, that's why she's coming from this space, in my opinion. She is a woman who spent her entire life prior to being part of the Far Zenith getting anything she wanted because she worked hard enough and demanded it. And we're seeing she was surrounded by those types of people for all of those thousands of years. So of course this is the way that she's going to handle this. I wouldn't expect anything different. Doesn't make it right, but I wouldn't expect anything different. Now, obviously, if you're Aloy here, her taking a shot at Beta is a big loss. Like, the thing that Tilda is failing to recognize here is that you have to build relationships with people if you want them to stay around. You are not, I say this to you all the time. We say this in the pre-chats of the stream. I say this probably in every playthrough I ever do. You are never entitled to another person. The only people that are entitled to another person are minor children entitled to the love and care of their parents. Anything else is that you are not entitled to it. You got to earn it. And Tilda is not earning it. She has bought her way through all sorts of things. She's convinced and wielded power and like all this kind of shit in order to gain control over people. She's never realized that really the way to be captivating and have control on people is to be relatable and to reach them and to empathize with them and to be pleasant to be around. That gives you a lot more power. And Tilda hasn't done that. And she's definitely not going to get Aloy's buy-in by doing the demands that she's doing, because Aloy spent her whole formative life having certain demands made of her that led to her being like excommunicated and stuff. Like, it's just not going to work. Obviously. So, of course, Aloy's going to reject this idea. Now, the tricky part here is that Aloy could potentially... I don't even know that she could. I don't know how you look at this as being to the benefit of humanity. Like, literally, if the 5 of us go to a new planet that's orbiting a star and we bring Gaia with us, is that really saving humanity? Or do we want to, like, go down with the ship? I just, like, that. It's an impossible decision to make here. I have to believe that Aloy is more likely going to, like, empathize with her constituents and the people she's been fighting for and say, we'll find a way. We found a way with this. We could find a way with that. But, goddamn. And then Beta, boy. Beta's going to need a lot of help from Aloy. Like, she's going to need a lot of support. A lot of support. She has been traumatized throughout her entire life. The one person, this is, so like, I cannot understate how damaging that statement that Tilda just made was to Beta is. Like, the fact that Tilda literally just said inferior copy of Elizabeth Sobek to Beta is awful, because Tilda was quite literally Beta's lifeline until she arrived here. That is an attachment figure for her, a very powerful, formative one, who literally just negated and brought to question everything you ever thought about that relationship if you're Beta. Now all of a sudden Beta has to go back and ask about her own existence. Is the only reason that this person cared about me because she was using me? And if the answer to that is yes, which it very much seems like it is, now all of a sudden you're going to question your self-worth up the wazoo because you can't trust the one person who provided some level of stable emotional esteem building. I mean, this is one of the most profound emotional traumas I think that Beta could come across here. And it's going to make her distrust many people, including Aloy, because Aloy has fallen trapped to the you are useful to me insofar as you are useful to me. I don't love you just for the sake of you're awesome and I want you to be around. I love you because you are a utility. I love you because you could hack the network, because you could get Hephaestus to fight the machines, because you're this, because you're that. And so this is going to lead to a real profound questioning of who she is relative to the people around her. It's going to make it very difficult for her to see any kind of initiation of connection as anything other than a person trying to get one over on her, because that's now what she's been conditioned to see. And now it's been reinforced by the one anomalous person in her life from that just confirmed anything she could have ever been afraid of, which is that I was using you. So the amount of emotional damage that Tilda just inflicted on Beta is seriously a nightmare. I feel more horrible for Beta than anybody else here.
Her best possible self. So I'm not asking. You're coming with me.
Gross.
It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
Ew.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Spectre Prime, to me.
Okay, so before we fight Spectre Prime, what Tilda just did here is unfortunately something that humans in real life do when they don't have the benefit of immortality, which is that they will often, when not getting what they want from a relationship, will use power as a means to try to facilitate a relationship with that person. Like forcing it. Like the thing, if you have to force somebody to appear to reciprocate whatever kind of infatuation you have toward them is, that's not a real relationship. You're not actually going to get your intimacy needs met, no matter how badly you want it. This is like if you have it's like if you have like a crush on somebody and you like force them in a position where like you like, it's like if you isolate them and like shower them with gifts and blackmail them into wanting to, or like provide so many resources to them that they essentially can't say no, where essentially like the only reason that person is engaging in a relationship with you is because of like circumstance, not because they actually feel emotionally invested in you. It's not going to yield what you want. You can't strong arm intimacy out of people, no matter how badly you want. You are so much better taking your losses, licking your wounds, saying, okay, that person is a person that has the autonomy to make a decision about what kind of relationship they want to engage in, and they have decided that I'm not it. It's not even necessarily about me. Maybe it's because it's just their expectations are different from what I can provide. Whatever it is, any reason to not consent to a relationship is a good enough reason to not consent to a relationship. So the thing is like Tilda thinks she can force this out of Aloy, probably out of some idea that Stockholm Syndrome is going to work. You know, you'll thank me in a couple 100 years. I mean, what a nightmare. You're not going to get what you want. In fact, Aloy's probably going to push against it. Sorry, you lost Elizabeth. You made some bad decisions. Roping other people into a compensation for that is not the way. It's never going to be the way, no matter how bad you want it. If you pine after somebody who does not reciprocate your feelings, too bad. You're not entitled to the intimacy from another adult.
Take cover! Get to the door!
Oh, she's gonna go inside of it, huh?
You can't win.
Oh, wow.
I've heard that before.
I can endure. You cannot. Ask yourself why you're holding back.
Ew.
Armor's off!
Sticks and stones against the lightning.
Ha! Those gold plates are vulnerable. You're not taking me, Tilda! I clipped that thing's armor.
This Spectre was designed to survive against more than that.
Oh, that thing's fast.
Maximum load, engage!
Whoa, 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 holy shit.
Oh, that helps.
Better eat some berries. You forget I played Elden Ring, Tilda.
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
Well, that did something. I'll shut you down.
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
It's over. Why couldn't you just let me choose?
Yep.
She tried to take you. And she told you about Nemesis.
So you've known all along.
From Hades, yes. Along with data on how to circumvent the Zenith shields. Everything I did to create the rebel army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
And you couldn't just tell me?
Come now, Aloy. You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds.
He's not wrong. You're a dick, but you're not wrong.
When I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakth. I was correct, to a point. You ruined my plans, but brought your own to fruition. The end result is the same. We're here. And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind.
He's like, sign me up!
The Odyssey and the Apollo database, and begin a new chapter in my pursuit of knowledge, one with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
You're going to just take off? And abandon everything?
Yeah.
Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped. It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours. What hope does this primitive tribal Earth have? If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life, you'd be saving a seed for a new world. Just as Elizabeth did. It's the choice she made. The sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle, Aloy.
Well, let's not push it, my man. Okay? You don't really get to make that call. You're not wrong, but you don't get to make that call. See, this is the thing, is he's extending. Silence is scarier than Tilda. Because Tilda doesn't know how to use any kind of tact with her coercion. Silence absolutely knows. Silence is the most terrifying human in the game. Because what he's doing here, he wants Aloy on that ship. He absolutely 1000% wants Aloy to go with him on this because he needs her. But he's smart enough to know that, one, it has to be Aloy's choice. She's never going to do something because somebody tells her that's what she has to do. And then he plays the Elizabeth card. But by saying what Elizabeth would choose to do is playing on Aloy's sense of abstract connection to Elizabeth. He's playing on the narrative that Aloy's been all over throughout this entire series, which is, I'm the person. I've got to help everybody. And he is essentially saying sometimes in order to help everybody, you have to sacrifice everybody, which is a bit weird, right? Like we're gonna just throw away the known variables we have for one great unknown variable. But he's really good at selling this. He's gonna give Aloy. You'll notice that Aloy's not immediately giving him the look like she did with Tilda, where she's like, "No, hell no, you have no idea what you're doing." Like he knows how to reel her in and tire her out. Like, he's a freaking marlin fisherman, man. He knows what to do in order to get the big fish. So, what he's doing is scary if he's empathic enough to know how to hit the right strings to play the right notes. And he could get any of us. Like, as soon as you think you're immune to a person like Silence, you're in big trouble because you're going to probably get coerced by a person like Silence. Like, people like Silence exist. You gotta be on your toes.
Found her.
Is she hurt?
Still on her feet.
Thank the Ten.
Goodbye, Silence.
Yeah, you thought that would work, didn't you?
She looks okay.
She looks victorious.
As always.
Aloy. You did it.
Hey, where's he going?
As far away as anyone can go.
Oh. Are you sure?
You're staying.
For a time. You people are going to need all of the help you can get.
Because he needs Aloy. I mean, seriously, how many times have I had to say this? He needs her. He can't do what he wants to do without Aloy. She has all the power and has throughout this entire thing. This isn't like fully altruistic why he's staying here. This is probably to try to get enough buy-in from Aloy that he can help out, do his thing, make it feel safe, and then go. Like, I don't fully trust him here. But he had to bluff it there. He has to have him going alone isn't going to do shit. He doesn't have Gaia. He doesn't have. What's he going to do? He's going to sit there at his computer and he's just going to sit on the internet and just read articles on Wikipedia until he dies. That's like literally all that's going to be. He needs the connection and the people, but he needs Aloy. And she called his bluff. I don't think she knows whether she called his bluff, but she absolutely called his bluff. So yeah, your people are going to need help. Great. I hope it's real. I hope that silence means that and has a change of heart, but I'm not prepared to fully get on board with him. He's on thin ice for a while here because of the way that he's been handling this stuff. Like, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt of like, okay, cool. Maybe he's like, maybe there's a piece of him that knows that he wants to be around people, but his profile consistently has been do whatever I have to do to be 5 steps ahead of everybody in order to get to an end game. And so if he's willing to make his own sacrifice here temporarily in order to get Aloy's buy-in and the people's buy-in here, and so that she can see perhaps that there's absolutely no chance and that the only way to survive is to get on that ship and go, then he's going to wait it out. He's too smart. Too smart to be dumb about this decision.
Does anyone else need a drink?
Not if it's that ale of yours.
I'd be fine with a nap.
Excellent idea.
I hope it's really over this time.
Well, that evil red ball is still kind of chilling there, but
there's another battle ahead, Elizabeth. Very different than the one you fought. It's not about the distant hope of creating a new world. It's about preserving the one we have. My friends have a new mission. To spread the word and ask for help. They've taken it in stride. I think it's because they've always known what I've only just started to understand. That the people of this world have the strength to fight any battle. the ingenuity to solve any problem. The courage to overcome any obstacle. And the resilience to rise after any setback. As for me, I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before. But I know I can put the fear aside. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
Yeah, because you're not cultivating loneliness anymore, Aloy. Which I'm proud of her for. What a badass way to do the credits. Kidding me? God damn. We are going to watch the credits as we do with every playthrough. So, usually what we do is just kind of talk about the game, and I'll answer questions and stuff that chat has or whatever. So I do hope you stick around through the credits, because all these people deserve to have their names shown. I also, I'm, as usual, I'm worried about getting DMCA'd by the credit music, so I might turn the music down on this, unless somebody knows for sure whether I will get DMCA'd. Because I usually just kind of play. I mean, in fact, that's literally what I'm going to do, is just play my... So, all right. Oh man, that was okay. So first of all, the thing I want to make sure that I say before anything else is, Guerrilla, well done. Absolutely amazing world that was crafted. I am blown away by the sheer amount of thought that was put into every aspect of this game. Every single person's name on these credits deserves to be acknowledged for this amazing piece of art that you created. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to play this by making it. It has been so fun to analyze this game, to educate so many people about various concepts via what was represented in the game. I love playing games like this that have so much richness to them, that are so well thought out. It makes my job much easier and allows me to go to much deeper places than I otherwise could. So hats off to Guerrilla for the world that you have created and built. Awesome. The second thing is, I want to thank every single person who's watched this playthrough. If you've been watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for making it all the way here. Those of you that have been alive with me on Twitch while I've been doing this, thanks for hanging out with me while I play this and asking so many cool questions and keeping me company while we play through this. It has been, I do this for people to watch. And otherwise it'd just be me sitting here talking at a computer screen. So thanks for trusting me to guide you through this, whether it's been your first run of the game, whether you've played the game a million times, whether you've watched a whole bunch of playthroughs. I hope that my playthrough occupies a certain special place for you, and that maybe you learned something along the way. Please leave a comment down below if that has been the case. It's been a lot of fun to analyze this game and play it. So thanks for supporting my playthroughs, whether financially, whether through your presence, whether through both. Thank you. All right, so thoughts on Aloy's development in this game? I think it makes sense. She recognized that you can't do it alone. No matter how smart, capable you are, humans are relational beings. If you allow other people in, you give them a chance to help you out. That's a good thing. I said it very quickly at the end there, but Aloy has been party to her own loneliness. Like, she made decisions throughout this series that pushed people away and kept them at arm's length. And so I'm glad that Aloy was able to recognize that and start inviting people in. That made a big difference for her and for the world. Do you think Silence is hoping to be a person of influence in the world if they survive Nemesis and have a full copy of Apollo? Maybe. I tend to prefer to take him at face value, which is that I think he just wants to know everything there is to know. Maybe he does want to be a person of influence, but I don't. He flies solo a lot, so I think it's a lot more about wanting to have all the knowledge that he can possibly have. Appreciate your playthrough and analysis. It's been a great time. I always love learning new things through this format. It is my pleasure. Favorite story or side story beat? I mean, the whole thing was cool. It's hard for me to think off the top of my head what would have been my favorite part of the whole thing. I mean, the fact that I got to go explore Vegas, post-apocalyptic Vegas, was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. I think the most engaging part of this story/game for me is how well thought out and deep the tribes are. So, Guerrilla went to so many lengths to ensure that there was the way that the tribes handled the world that they were in made sense. Like the Tenakth seeing glitchy museum displays and building an entire culture built on that, aesthetically and otherwise, is an amazing thing. Like, everything about that is exactly as I would have expected it to go if it was real. It's just so incredible. So that, I think, for me, is what makes it the most engaging, because it's very real. What work do you feel Aloy still has to do as far as how she connects with others, especially Beta? Warming up, recognizing that not everything has to be a mission. Sometimes you can keep people around and hang out with them simply because you enjoy their presence and because you like them and because they have something to offer to you personally. I think that's something that Aloy can learn. Is there an aspect of Aloy's character you wish you saw more of or expanded? I think her tact, just around how she handles certain situations where she needs something from people. Favorite character? Probably Silence. What tribe would you see yourself fitting in, enjoying the most? Oh, that's a hard one. If I'm being perfectly honest, probably the Karja. Other than narrative purpose, do you think there's something more to how Aloy and Beta were able to come to an understanding so quickly after their fight? I think if it was real, I don't know that it would have gone that quickly. I do think that Aloy coming back for Beta probably made a big difference in the fact that she succeeded. But I do think that some of that was kind of fast-forwarded just for narrative purposes. Thoughts on where the third game can go? I have no idea. I'll let Guerrilla figure that out. Seriously, the Vegas part of this is so cool. Spin, thanks for the 1,000 bits. I'm curious where the DLC is going to go. So we will play the DLC. Don't you worry. I own the DLC. We will play it. I'm excited to see where it goes as well. This is such a cool way to do the credits. So great. Just flying west on a sunwing. Thoughts on the Nemesis reveal? It's cool. Excited to learn more about it. I think it's a neat concept. I will be very interested to see how they implement that in the third game, if it's a thing. I mean, yeah, I have to imagine if you put a bunch of like sort of like failed, incomplete human brains into a digital space and they have to occupy that space. I mean, it is essentially the arc from Soma. So, who knows? But I'd like to learn more about it. Any major criticisms about the story? I think Regala is not fleshed out enough. Be a big one. I don't think Gorilla does like the little mini enemies very well. Like the mini boss enemies. It's kind of like whatever. I want more. So like the thing that Gorilla kind of does with enemies is they tell you shouldn't like them instead of showing you why you shouldn't like them. Like I would rather, I want to feel somewhat connected to the enemy. Like I want to be able to empathize with the enemy, and I don't think Gorilla does a very good job with that, or at least they haven't in these games. And a question about, me and my friends have been running a joke that Nemesis is an evil Sobek clone. She vapes, invests in crypto, and idealizes Ted Faro, right? What do you feel is the biggest takeaway in terms of your analysis of the game? That's a good question. I generally try to think of like what is one of the more common analyses that I gave throughout the game for different characters. I would say maybe one of the biggest takeaways for this game is that how you choose to relate to people and engage with them matters immensely. That you don't just get to have people around because you want them around. You have to actually cultivate and you have to really cultivate relationships. You have to put effort into them. You don't just get to have them because you want them or because they're useful to you. And how you approach people, how you engage with them, how you open them up, how you show up authentically makes a huge difference in how you are able to solve problems and navigate things as a group. So I'd say that's probably the biggest thing. Because we talked about that a lot. Which topic analysis did you find to be the most complex to explain? Staring your clone in the face. I mean, the dynamic between Aloy and Beta and Tilda, to an extent, I think is really complicated because that's not something that we have real-world representation of. So this idea that you have these people that are thousands of years old who came from an entirely different context, and then you have a clone who had a different lived experience, and then like sitting with the fact that you're with a person who shares your genetic code, like all that stuff is very complex to try to figure out how to make relatable to real life. Because everything I try to do in these is I try to make it as relatable to actual stuff that people who are watching this could use in their lives, and none of us are ever gonna like look our clone in the face like that. So that is that stretches me. What particular character interaction really stuck with you, if any? I would say that Tilda interaction with Beta and Aloy was a big one. The amount of damage that would do to Beta, that made my heart drop. So that one off the top of my mind is a big one. The way that Tilda facilitated the initial introduction to Aloy. You talked about Silent's ulterior motives and staying. Do you have any elaboration around the dynamics between Aloy and him with regards to that manipulation? Well, I think Aloy is becoming increasingly smarter to Silent's tactics, but I still don't know that Aloy critically thinks about how he interacts with her to the extent that I would like her to. I think Aloy just has kind of the like, she sort of has like the pissy teenage defiance of Silence right now, instead of getting on his level and like really trying to understand that he's trying to be multiple steps ahead. The antidote to being succumbing to Silence, by the way, is self-awareness. So if you don't engage in enough self-awareness to understand the ways in which you could be manipulated, Silence is going to get you every time. So I think Aloy is going to still need to do a lot of self-work around what makes her susceptible to what Silence has to offer. What real-world location that we haven't seen in the game yet would you most like to see? I don't know. I got mine. I got Vegas. So I don't really know. I don't really care. They can take us wherever they want. The fact that she was able to do that much damage with a mere fraction of a sentence is brutal, and it's because it came out so organically. It was so authentic. It was stated so factually that just thank you for playing. Thank you for making a game that I could play, Gorilla. Yeah, the diversity of characters in the game is so cool. The mocap, just everything. So good. Best credit sequence in the game. It was pretty good. That was pretty good. So we're going to watch this. I have no idea how long the credits are, but we are going to watch this. Because I do this every playthrough. We watch the credits all the way. But seriously, a great job. Great job all the way down with all of the... the amount of like different voice actors they had. It didn't feel like we came across the same like person twice, which is awesome. So, those of you that are going to check out because of the credits, I just want to say thank you again for watching this and being here for the game, for making it all the way through 46 parts. It really does mean a lot to me that you would support my content in the ways that you have. It really, really does. It's hard to do this if nobody's watching. So thanks for watching. Thanks for investing your time in this channel and in the things I have to say. Yeah, Ashley did a great job between Beta and Aloy. She really did. It's excellent. She's a pro. It's what you do. Also, if anybody at Gorilla watched this playthrough and is watching this exact moment right now, would love to chat with folks about the game. I've done that with previous developers. If you want my thoughts on how to craft certain things and make them psychologically sound, hit me up. You could really see a lot of the Mass Effect inspiration. Yeah. Dude, how cool would that be? It would be amazing. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Salute to Lance Reddick. I will be interested to see what they do. If they go to Keith David like they did for Zavala, that would be... But yeah, Lance Reddick's awesome. He has such a unique delivery. The Horizon playthroughs are my favorite of yours. Well, I might be pre-biased by loving these games. Well, I'm honored when people who love these games say they like my playthrough. Because, you know, that to me is very high praise. So, thank you. I know the budget for this game was like insane. It's a game that I really think deserves to be immersed in. The one thing that I really wish that Guerrilla would do is make it easier to find the lore. Like, I wish there was like a ping, or that there was something that told you that there was lore nearby, because the lore is so good. And I love, like, when you stumble across it and you read it, and like I love that. But I would have loved to have been able to like have it one stream where I went around the whole world and just read the lore. Thank you, Claire. Your playthroughs have been the best I've watched so far. Thank you. I think Keith David would be the best choice to succeed Lance for Silence as well. It'd be neat if he did both Zavala and Silence. Watching your playthroughs makes you super excited about the future. Like, I'm going to be live on every stream for Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 is going to happen eventually. I've never played it, so I do want to play it. Being able to buy maps to the lore markers or something like that would be great. Yeah, like something. Something. So it's really cool how much they bury in the game. The thing that I said this after Zero Dawn, but thing for me that I think stands out the most is that they didn't just craft one world. They crafted two. One of them we never see, aside from Hollows. And the fact that I am as invested in the world as it was 976 years ago versus the one that I'm in currently is a huge accomplishment. Like, they wrote two separate worlds and put them together. So good. Oh. What a... And 46. 46. We thought it was... We joked it was going to be 90. I remember somebody saying that they thought it'd be 50. I think if... Yeah, and fix the multi-prompt thing. Exactly. Yeah, I don't like that either. 46 episodes, man. Over a 4-month span. I thought it'd be 50 with the DLC. It might be. Does this make your longest playthrough to date? Yes. Prior to this playthrough, 39 was the longest, and that was the Mass Effect trilogy. So I did the whole trilogy in 39 episodes. Single game longest was Red Dead, which is 37. I don't know how long the DLC is, so. But, oh god, GTA 6. And that was playing on actual hard mode, too. Yeah, I played the Mass Effect trilogy on Insanity. So, I think if I didn't play that on Insanity, it probably would have been like 25. Yeah. You know, that was the playthrough that started it all. I learned after that. Especially trying to get through Mass Effect 1. Oh my god. By the way, if you like the music that's been playing during the credits, I have music on Spotify, Apple Music, etc. Lots of albums. Go listen to them and download them. Why did you play it on? I wanted to. I don't know. What was your most notable world data point? Oh, geez. I don't know. I'd have to have the whole catalog in my head to try to think of that. Ooh. I mean, I think the Golden Toucan ones were cool. I feel like there was one that gave me pause. I'm trying to remember which one that was. Wasn't there one that I read and it kind of like was like, whoa. So. And for those wondering, no, I will not be going back and doing more of the game. I'll be doing the DLC, but run's the run. Deep's journals were pretty impactful. Yeah. Yeah. I would, yes, that. I think when we had to have the conversation about how suicide is a beneficial option there, and then to see that they actually did it, that was pretty heavy. Crazy to me that a lot of people think that the tribe stuff is the boring part of the game and the sci-fi machines are the cool bit. I can understand that, I guess. See, you know, I think maybe the problem that Guerrilla has with this game is that it requires you to actually appreciate it in order to appreciate it. So, like, for example, when I played Horizon Zero Dawn the first time, I didn't pay attention to the lore at all. I just ran around and shot stuff. I was like, oh, cool. The aesthetic of this is neat. And I didn't really think much about it. Playing these games with this, like this way, where I'm analyzing it and really trying to, like, get in there and immerse myself, makes a huge difference. It's like when you watch Police Squad or Arrested Development. You have to pay attention. You can't just sit there and mindlessly take it in if you want to fully appreciate what the game has to offer. So I think, yeah, like if you're not thinking about human dynamics and sociology and anthropology and the various ways that people develop and culture is cultivated and all this stuff, yeah, you're not gonna connect with what's happening in the game. You're gonna think that the sci-fi parts are neat. Oh wow, they have shields, they're immune, they can fly, there's specters, like all that stuff. Have it on in the background while on your phone. Yes, exactly. Seriously though, that's the whole reason Police Squad got canceled, is because you had to pay attention to it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, because you had to pay attention to it. Otherwise, you miss the jokes. You've actually got to read all the text logs or you're missing out on a lot. Exactly. If we didn't read all the text logs back in Zero Dawn and here, we wouldn't have even remotely the same amount of appreciation for what's going on. Whew. Oh, that's just a Yuka. That's just a testament to what Guerrilla created. That you would be that invested in the characters. I think it's great. Does Guerrilla have a Tim Schafer equivalent? I don't think so. This one is in the top 5 definitely for me. More excited for Valhalla or more excited for people to stop asking for Valhalla? Definitely the latter. If I'm being completely honest with you. I'm excited for my TikTok comments to change. Because after I clear those out, then it's going to be play Baldur's Gate 3! That's, like, it's those two. It's play Valhalla and play Baldur's Gate. Those are the two. I get that all the time. That's all anybody cares about. They'll still ask for it because they won't realize you played it. That's true. People don't do their homework on this shit. I'm going to have people in my TikTok comments that go, you should play Horizon Forbidden West. Like, you can't win with the internet. Oh. Have you played Metal Gear? So I've actually never played the Metal Gear games. I would love it if they remastered them all so I could play them. You want me to switch to doing timestamps for Valhalla DLC when you switch over? Oh. Honestly, Spin, if you're willing to do that, you would, you'd be doing me a big old solid. You really would. Because me and Sean are going to be rushing to get those out to TikTok. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to put that pressure on you, but if you're willing to do that, how about the original God of War, Doc? I love that now that I played Ragnarok, everybody assumes that I played 2018. Pin a video of the top TikTok listing the games you've already played and what games you absolutely won't. People still won't watch it. You can't, you literally cannot win. I could put it on the screen of every video and people still won't read it. Have you played Watch Dogs or do you ever plan? No. No. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, madame. I'm sorry to hear about the leave, but I'm glad that they're coming through for you on that. That's actually one of the biggest things, though, that I've learned about putting content up on the internet is never assume that anybody knows anything about anything you do. Like the fact that I still get comments on TikTok that ask if I have a YouTube channel. Like, people do not take the second to go click over to the profile and see if the info's there. So I have stopped assuming that anybody knows anything about anything related to my channel. And I just take it in stride. Do a stream where you play Baldur's Gate, God of War, and Valhalla all at once, and you have to juggle your attention. Oh god, you mean no, switch Valhalla with Disco Elysium. Just just 3 controllers on my desk, just boom, 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 boom. It's chaos stream. Me, Jiro, and Jack. Yeah, there we go. You know, the sad thing is I can really only play one game at once. You know, like that's the thing. I had a moment where I wondered if I played 2 games simultaneously, if that would be good for the channel. But I think that's probably too much for me. It's too much to keep track of. You gotta pull the Elizabeth and get a clone. Yeah, but then is it actually me? Will I get an Aloy or will I get a beta? Am I right? People would fall behind on both at once. Seriously. Yep. Yep. So we'll see. We got Valhalla, then we got Burning Shores. And then we're going to take some time off and we're going to just play some random small stuff and then we'll pick a big one. Any plans to play any of the Final Fantasy games? No. JRPGs are not my thing. Yeah, paper. I never did finish Papers, Please. Never did. We're gonna take a decent amount of time off. Please play and analyze Madden 24 on it. Do a Pal World Story playthrough. Yes, yes. Of course. That's exactly what I'll do. There's so many games, man. So many games to do. If only there was more time in the day. I have already done Firewatch. Go check my YouTube channel. So many games, not enough time. It really is. I mean, if I streamed full time, I could burn through these faster, but the YouTube channel's not bringing in enough revenue yet for me to go all in on content creation yet. Yeah, you know, Skog, honestly, I'm bummed out that I didn't play Firewatch the same way that I do these. That was back in the days where I just chatted with chat while I played that stuff. I didn't actually like thoughtfully go through it in any kind of meaningful way. I know I missed a whole bunch of stuff in that game. Most fun I have is watching you play games that you enjoy. That's why I play what I want. Because it's really miserable if I'm not enjoying what I'm playing. It would not be a good watch for you guys. If you could have Hephaestus delete one machine, what would it be? Honestly, probably Watchers. They're so annoying to fight. All right, let's see. Oh, all right. No end of credit scenes. Congratulations on defeating the Far Zenith threat. You're not free to continue exploring and complete any unfinished quests and activities. You can also start New Game Plus from the New Game Plus start point in the base. Thanks for playing, the Horizon team. Thank you. Beautiful. Is there a way this game really caught you by surprise? I wouldn't say like anything was like, whoa. Cool. All right. Let's check in with the folks in the base before we end this. As a little reward to the people who stuck it out.
What are you up to? I'm getting a head start on looking for ways to temporarily stabilize the biosphere. We may not have Hephaestus, but I'm sure we can come up with something.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. A little boost of optimism from Beta. And she's out of her room. But optimism. We don't have Hephaestus, but I'm sure we can figure it out. It's big.
I paid Vral's grave a visit earlier. Back in Gemini, he tried so hard to protect me. He was my first friend. I still can't believe he's gone. Me too.
Oh, start game. Okay.
Welcome back, Aloy.
Everything okay, Gaia?
Yes, it is good to be home. Although my heuristic matrix will take some time to reinitialize. I must ensure that all Zenith code has been purged from my systems.
Good idea. Take as long as you need. Are we gonna be able to fix the biosphere? With Hephaestus back out in the wild?
With its escape to the global Cauldron network, Hephaestus has resumed its operations and increased its security protocols. I am already formulating options to recontain it. Additionally, I will utilize the capabilities of my remaining subordinate functions and make every effort to stave off collapse of the biosphere. I am certain it will gain us some time.
Sounds good.
I would love to know what she knows about the red blob.
Reinitialization in progress. I will inform you when it is complete. Reinitialization in progress. I will inform you when it is complete.
Cool. Friends, I will see you in the Burning Shores. Thank you for making the time to watch this playthrough, to make it all the way here. It means the world to me. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Tell people about these streams. Would love, love, love if more people got to see it and enjoy it. I'd say if you're binging, I'll see you on the next one, but it's done. Go watch one of my other playthroughs, or go watch Burning Shores if it's out by the time you get here. I say this at the end of every stream. I don't say it at the end of every YouTube playthrough, but I'll say it at the end of this YouTube playthrough, which is never forget that you matter, your experiences are valid, and don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Thanks for supporting my playthroughs. I'll catch you on the next one.